Look, we have some really decent volunteers here in British Columbia from Prince George, and they continue to vow to continue to build tiny homes despite warnings. What? They're not putting up tents like our white supremacists that live in beautiful neighborhoods with no drug addicts like Sarah Bly and Ryan Suds. What? What? They're not doing tents? There are still about 60 people on the wait list for tiny homes, says volunteers. Well, you know what, you volunteers, I love you because you know what? Tiny homes are more acceptable than tents. And obviously, people are dying outside like crazy. And to have these white supremacists inflict tents on every color, including white, across Canada was ridiculous. It was quite a government psyop. And has been for quite a while. I think that Sarah Bly started out by pushing tents in Victoria. Correct me if I'm wrong. Volunteers are working in the snow and gusting winds to finish the building shelters for residents at a homeless encampment, Prince George, BC. Now, you won't find positive things that, like Ryan Suds, hey, tents are dangerous. We made a mistake. A lot of people died. People were murdered on the streets and we took away the cops. We're fucktards. We apologize. No, you won't get that from Sarah Bly or Ryan Suds. We made you sick with the urine and the poop in the neighborhood. Nope. No sorry. In fact, we're going to sick our employees on you to freaking try and intimidate you in your fucking neighborhood. And it's going to make you madder than hell, Debbie. And they say they won't stop the construction on the insulated tiny homes, even as the city issued warnings that it is illegal to build and occupy the structures. Oh, but it's not illegal to freeze to death in a tent? What the fuck's wrong with you? Have you got Sarah Bly and Ryan Suds, personality alikes up there destroying your fucking brain cells that in winter, brutal winter, you're going to put people in tents? They're going to have fires and some of them are going to die. Some are going to freeze to death. And yet you won't put in this huge Canada a little landslide to put the tiny homes on? What the fuck's wrong with you? I bet you. Because this is Canada. And it really clearly is a racist country. That a lot of those people, because you got to remember, natives are 6% of BC. I bet you 40%, like downtown East Side, are natives. Oh, this is the most important, volunteers. How Sarah Bly got our province addicted to hard drugs and make it go mainstream. She set up a tent in the alley and wouldn't listen to authorities and go, I'm going to save lives. In fact, she's a lunatic with mental illness that she even claims. So it's not just me diagnosing her, The fact that she doesn't look at the statistics and what she's done, and 10-year-olds are now number one reason why they die in British Columbia is drug overdoses. It's unacceptable. I'm on your side. And that's how Sarah Bly fucked up BC. And worse yet, the politicians are quite a bit smarter than her, and they look at her statistics and they approve. That's pretty frightening. And they say they won't stop construction on the insulated tiny homes. Good for you. It's pretty awful. Mean. Do you want us to freeze or what? Hey, Sarah Bly, Ryan Suds, Van Du Vince. What do you say about this question? Because you put people in tents and we even had snow. And a lot of fires. It's what you guys did. 2020, was it 2020 or 2021? Tents on our streets. And 2022. Year and a half. And we had the news to promote tents across Canada for poor Canadians. Somehow, migrants come into Canada. They used to, richer, but not anymore. I feel bad for that guy. Thought he was going to have a better life in Canada. Hey, migrants, if you're coming to Canada, warning. You don't count. And the Ukrainians, they don't count anymore. You don't hear about them anymore. The war's gone. They don't have men to fight anymore. Lunatics, oh yeah, you can beat Russia. Well, you fucking lunatics. Guess what? You didn't have any critical thinking. I knew it wasn't going to work out well. It looks like America's got a new war. And if Gaza's got oil in it, and they know an abundance of oils in Gaza, yeah, they're dropped Ukraine like a hot potato. In fact, I believe America is telling them to settle, and they're not going to get the Donbass area. It's Russia's now. So, yeah. Oh, they're in. Last week, a bylaw officers posted red and yellow signs. Back in the tent, you fuckers. Isn't that rude? Back in the tent, you fuckers. That's what I read. Okay? The tent. Back in the tent, you fuckers. You're not allowed to stay warm. You know you can have an illegal fire in your tent and burn down a building. We don't care, but get out of your safe, warm structure. How dare you think that you can crawl out of your tent? Oh, I could just feel if Sud sees this or Sarah Bly sees this, they're like, oh my God, no, we gotta keep tent cities alive. Where will they go? Where will they go? Well, let me see, you dumb fucks. Canada's huge. Huge. And mostly unoccupied. Don't ever ask such a stupid question. What was more shocking is that people believed the stupidness. Where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? I put an end to that stupid. Sure, I made a lot of people mad. I don't care. I couldn't tolerate hearing that stupid anymore. So, yeah, that is, homes provide safety and security, but you can't have safety and security in Canada. Get the back in your fucking tents. You can't find anything as disgusting in Russia. All of Russia made me cry, to find out we're so much poorer in Canada than Russia. And that I couldn't find any drug-infested neighborhoods, even close to mine. When the YouTubers from Russia took me to a dangerous neighborhood twice on YouTube, I cried. I'm like, what's the danger? Where? Okay, they don't look pretty, but you know what? It works. It's better than a tent. Shantytown is one step up above tents. We snow. You cruels? Another lead volunteer is Philip Frederickson. And they can't wait for any various levels of governments to find appropriate housing for 50 people. 50. Look, Kelowna now. Yeah, we can't wait for the government. If they don't like freezing in their tents, they qualify for euthanization. I knew there was a reason why the news came down here when we had tents. And my thing was they were promoting druggies, in our instance, in tents as poor people. And none of the people on our street were not on our drugs. They were hard to house people. They called them unhousables. I called them hard to house peoples. So I'm gonna go and take a look out my window because something weird's happening again.